Okay, this is Toolman with a quick review of the Fastcap bestfence miter saw system. Had this one for, I don't know, maybe a year and a half, something like that. I've enjoyed it. It's definitely an upgrade over your typical DeWalt or Delta. I mean, you name the brand. This is definitely an upgrade from that as far as what it can do. Now you probably would recognize this. Now this one here is like the DeWalt, your typical DeWalt stand, and that's the one I used for years. But this has also been adapted to the bestfence system, which I'll do a review on that some other point. But back to the other one. So this is their own stand that comes with this. Originally it had wheels on it. I took those off. Just the whole thing itself was super heavy. And I got tired of taking it in and out of my van. So I just put this in here, got the DeWalt stand, and put their stuff on that. That works great. But a couple things I like about this. One, you can take 16-foot stuff. This isn't 16 foot, but you know, if this was a piece of baseboard, this could run off 16 feet. And I'm not having to fight with my hand over here trying to keep this thing from, you know, one, falling off, or, you know, either one way or the other, or there's so much weight that it's, you know, it's pushing this up. I don't have to deal with any of that. So that's pretty nice. And then another thing, we do a lot of short point measurements. So we're doing like headers or whatever. So what I like about that is, say this thing is a foot, you know, I can set my short point on 0 and then mark 12. You can do it that way. Say the piece is longer, so this extrusion is roughly 63 inches. So what I would do with that is slide this all the way out to the outside edge. And by doing that, you can take your tape, and that's basically like zeroing that out. Hook my tape and run it down however long this piece is going to be and mark it. It's just a super accurate way to be able to do that. Your alternative is, you know, holding this thing on like an inch and then going down there and marking it. But this is a lot better way to do it. So I really like that. Another thing you can do is all these knobs have functions, so you can turn this and this will make it go back and forth. More of a micro adjustment is what I would call that. So the movements are a lot smaller. This knob back here is a macro adjustment, which makes this slide back and forth a lot faster. Same thing over here. And where is it at? There is a knob, I think it's this one here, that will raise this up and down. You can also have spacers put inside of this that will build this up, but it works pretty close to the stock DeWalt miter saw. Bought this little extra thing, and I have really enjoyed using that. I'm going to move that to the one I use every day. It's just nice to have a cut list holder. And for your tape, now they sell something like this. This is just something I built out of scrap. And this is where you put your tape measure. What's up, girl? This is where you put your tape measure. I put different things. I've put like the cut list on this as well. Cell phone. This is where your cell phone goes. That's what I use that for. But that's pretty much it for this. I think this thing runs $4.99, $5.99, something like that. It has been well worth it. I have thoroughly enjoyed this. It just makes things a lot easier. Only negative I have is just the sheer weight that was on this. But, you know, that's been relieved by getting the DeWalt stand, and you can get these brackets for that. And that is the way to go for me. It takes a lot of the weight out. But I like it. Check them out. Fastcap.